And Johnny Gargano, I'll tell you what, he has got his head on straight. He knows that this is not a popularity contest. It's all about wins and losses, and as long as you keep more wins than losses, you're doing all right.
If Gargano's head was any bigger, it would not fit into Turner's Hall. Have you ever talked to this guy, Gargano?
I have had many conversations with young Johnny Gargano.
What'd you talk about?
We have talked about how impressive he has been in such a short span of time in this professional wrestling game.
You talked about him, big surprise. That's his favorite topic, you know. I don't talk to him, but he still talks to me about himself.
That is your loss, Joe Dombrowski.
Go behind by Azriel. Now in control of Gargano early on. Azriel, as we mentioned, trained by the notorious 187 Homicide, currently of the LAX faction in TNA. Azriel has competed extensively in Ring of Honor. He's toured over in Japan for the Dragon Gate promotion, spent 3 months over there.
Well, he is a well-traveled young man. I'll tell you what, he holds title belts just about everywhere he goes as well, but he is going to have another thing coming if he thinks he can take that title belt off Johnny Gargano without some kind of fight.
Azriel is admittedly relatively unknown around this region, but if you go to New Jersey, if you go to New York, if you go to states, well,
who wants to go there?
You're missing the point. The point of the matter is, if you go to those areas, Azriel is just as big as, if not bigger, a star than Johnny Gargano is here. This is even though it may not look like it to some of the newer fans to Azriel, this is a very, very even matchup.
Well, I'll tell you what, Azriel, he is a good wrestler. He is a great technician. He is some kind of high flyer. He would not be here in Cleveland All Pro Wrestling. He would not be here on Cleveland All Pro Wrestling on Sports Time Ohio if he was not good. I am just saying that Johnny Gargano is better.
Very true. Azriel has held several cruiserweight and tag team championships across a few different regions, and also to some of these other fans who may be unfamiliar with Azriel, his frequent tag team partner in New Jersey. Wait, quick roll up here. His frequent tag team partner, none other than Jay Lethal.
Jay Lethal, the young standout cruiserweight, the X Division competitor from TNA.
Oh, satellite head scissors, and Azriel sends Gargano to the outside. Look out, gonna fly here, no. To the outside, misses the shot.
Swinging wildly was Azriel there. Johnny Gargano using his smarts. Oh, just got his head bounced off the wooden ring apron.
Action continues on the outside, but you know, if I was Johnny Gargano, I would be worried in the back of my mind, because right now I got to worry about Azriel, but in the back of my mind, I'm still thinking about tenacious Zach Gowen. Gowen's got to have a title shot coming to him, and we saw Gowen pin Gargano in that six-man tag team match some weeks ago.
Zach Gowen has had enough opportunities to capture that belt, and he has come up short with each and every opportunity that he was given by the Cleveland All Pro Wrestling powers to be.
And that's thanks to the interference, blatant interference of Josh Prohibition, the alliance Prohibition has had with Gargano to try to hold down all the other cruiserweight contenders in that division.
That is your opinion and your opinion only. There is no fact behind that opinion of yours, Joe Dombrowski. I'm telling you.
Gargano has said that he will not give a title shot to Zach Gowen until Zach Gowen goes through Josh Prohibition.
Well, you got to climb the ladder just like anything else.
Well, very true, but it looks like Gargano's putting obstacles and hurdles in the way to try to avoid facing Zach Gowen as Azriel gets a 2 count.
Azriel not happy with the count by referee Dave Robinson.
That is not his name.
Snap mare now. Looked like he had a handful of hair.
Count of 2. You've given that referee about 8 surnames since he started here. What is he, 1 in 8 states?
I'll tell you what, this guy here, he's going to be wanted. He's going to be wanted by the likes of the Cleveland All Pro Wrestling locker room unless he gets his act together.
Gargano with a face plant. Azriel goes face first into the middle turnbuckle.
And that is a classic example. Johnny Gargano wrestling from behind. A great defensive maneuver there that turned out to great offense. Now he's in control of the matchup.
And now he's getting cocky. Now that little nerve in his brain that tells him he's the best in the world and he's better than everybody else is kicking in, and we get to hear him gloat.
Joe Dombrowski, Johnny Gargano has never said that.
And now he's heckling me.
That's right. He has never said he is the best in the world. He just said that he's better than just about everybody else.
Well, I mean, to his credit, he's proven most of that many times before, but, I mean, he has alienated himself from the entire locker room. All the other youngsters backstage won't talk to him. They want nothing to do with him.
They're scared. They're scared of Johnny
it.
Gargano because they see dominance when they take a look at this man in the ring.
He wants nothing to do with them. He thinks he's above them. He thinks he's better than them.
Well, wait a minute. Question for you.
What?
Who is the current Cleveland All-Pro Wrestling Junior Heavyweight Champion?
It's Johnny Gargano.
Then he is above everybody else, then, isn't he?
Well, he's a better athlete. He's a better wrestler, but that doesn't make him a better man. That doesn't make him a better human being.
This is not a popularity contest. I don't know how many times, week in and week out, I got to tell you this. It's not a popularity contest.
You demonstrate that every week out here. Azriel deposited roughly to the outside.
Right down on the floor goes Azriel.
And Gargano has completely turned his back to his opponent. That is not a smart move. Gargano heckling the fans, heckling everybody. Azriel in noticeable pain out here, clutching his chest, might have some breathing problems, thanks to Johnny Gargano, who puts the boots to him on the outside.
Well, he's going to have some real problems right now, courtesy of Johnny Gargano, as he goes to work on the floor on Azriel.
I'll give credit to Gargano that he has been unstoppable as a junior heavyweight champion since October. Azriel tastes the steel, back first.
Look at how he's bending him back, putting pressure on those knees and those ankles as well as the lower back.
You get out of here.
You better watch your step, Dombrowski. You're going to be missing some teeth.
Well, I'm not a wrestler. I don't need to be involved in that. 2 and a kick out.
I'm not going to save you. I'm telling you that right now.
I wouldn't expect you to.
Don't count on my help if Johnny Gargano decides to come over here and knock the taste right out of your mouth.
No, you'd help. You just help the other side.
I just might.
Gargano cinching in a chin lock. And I see how cocky Gargano gets. I say 1 or 2 disparaging things about him, which just happen to be true, and he throws a hissy fit at me.
They are true in your mind and your mind only.
And in the mind of everybody backstage I've talked to that say Gargano is unbearable to be around because he thinks so much of himself. This guy's got to get over himself, plain and simple.
Some say it's conceited, but what it is in Johnny Gargano's case is convinced. He's convinced he's great. He's convinced he's talented, and he needs to be convinced that he is the Cleveland All-Pro Wrestling Junior Heavyweight Champion. That is a fact.
Azriel hits hard. Momentum from Gargano, charging in with the forearm. And look at this showboating. So proud of himself.
You'd be proud, too, if you ever accomplished anything, Joe Dombrowski, I'm telling you.
And he just kicked that second ring rope right into the throat of Azriel again. Azriel continues to have breathing problems, and Gargano continues to gloat over it. I'll tell you what, if I'm Gargano and Zach Gowen finally gets a hold of me one-on-one, no outside interference for that junior title, I am not acting like this at all.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you were Johnny Gargano, Zach Gowen would have nothing to worry about. But luckily for us all, Johnny Gargano is who he says he is. He is Johnny Gargano. He is the champion, and Zach Gowen is not getting anywhere close to that belt.
Flip, 2 count. But Azriel,
look at that left-handed lariat, courtesy of the champion, just about decapitating Azriel.
Cover, 2N, kick out. I noticed we haven't seen Josh Prohibition out here yet. I'll give Gargano credit for that.
Well, Josh Prohibition, he's got his own matchup to worry about. He will concentrate on his own match.
And Gargano, please tell me he's not underestimating Azriel, complaining about the lack of competition.
This man wants some competition. There's nothing wrong with wanting to challenge yourself against the very best.
Left-handed forearm shots, but Azriel comes back. Forearm shots, hard right hands.
Clenched fist, come on, Robinson.
Backslide 2, no. Could not drive enough with the legs to get him.
And there you see John Gargano turning the tables on Azriel.
Azriel counters, series of stiff shots and slaps, and a bulldog takedown. And just like that, Gargano's been taken down. Certainly hopes he can take back all that showboating now, huh?
I'll tell you what, that was a cheap shot by Azriel right there. This is a wrestling match, and Azriel's resulting to fisticuffs.
Gargano dazed and confused back to the vertical base. However, Azriel is up as well. Wild swing, miss, inside cradle. He's got him covered. New champion, no.
Did not have that second leg hooked.
Enziguri connects. What a name Azriel can make for himself in just one night. If he can defeat the junior heavyweight champion, that would ensure him a lot more future work here in Cleveland All Pro Wrestling. Going up top, Azriel, frog splash. Beautifully done. Cover, he's got no.
Ever so close, Johnny Gargano saw his title reign flash before his eyes, but he still had the presence of mind to kick out.
Walk right into the kick. Great frog splash. Shades of the late great Eddie Guerrero, but Gargano catches him. Drives him down hard. Brainbuster variation. Only gets one. Gargano takes him back up immediately. Right to the next move. Great focus by Gargano. Facebuster, super kick right to the jaw. Cover again, two. Is this? No. He kicked out.
I'll tell you what, Azriel might be visiting the local dentist after this one's all over. Johnny Gargano kicking his teeth right out of his head. And now look at him. He's measuring him. He's stalking him just like a lion in the jungle.
Uppercut connects by Gargano. Gargano certainly not going to underestimate Azriel anymore. All the way up top. Look out! He just stepped on the man's head.
Double stomp drove Johnny Gargano's head to the canvas.
We got a new champion. No.
Oh.
Gargano again kicks out.
That was too close. Too close.
Double feet, that double stomp right to the external occipital protuberance.
What?
Gargano dazed and confused, still
What?
able to kick out.
He kicked him in the head. Didn't you see it?
Exactly. But Gargano counters the slam. Uniquely you. That's going to be all. Signature pet move of Gargano always means 3.
Your winner and still CAPW Junior Heavyweight Champion, Johnny Gargano.
That's right.